Let me do your hair. Bam, bam, bam. He or she said, cancel this damn show. They hate it. What? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Make black hair great again.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Now,
We're coming. Get our check.
Cheryl, Morrow, the one, the only, the hair oracle.
I think it was Red Dot, and then we also had a cosmetology school instructor in the chat, Miss Denise West, Michelle Allen, Miss Foster. Dang, I missed your name. It's always nice to see Miss Foster in the chat. Michelle Allen, you know how much we love you too.
What? About a whole lot of peace. Cheryl, you order that in a bag of chips. Let me do your hair. What's happening, good people? Y'all know who it is, right? It's me, your homegirl, Ladosha, Wright, aka Key Lolo. That's right. Coming to you live and direct. That's right, live and direct from we got a little warmth today, Cleveland, Ohio. 40 degrees. Don't hate. Do not hate on the 40 degrees. We thirsty out here in these weather streets. We thirsty. 40. 40 as an MC Chill, 40 below. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that part. It's still Black History Month. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Happy Black History. What's happening, Blacks? How you guys doing out there? Again, it's me, your homegirl, Ladosha, right, and then right over here. Oh, wrong finger. Bam. There she is, the one and only Cheryl Morrow, aka the Hair Oracle. And boy, this is gonna be, every time we go live on our podcast, I always say, oh, weekend, it's gonna be a good one. Oh, Instagram, oh, YouTube, oh, LinkedIn, oh, Facebook. This is going to be a good one. Now, this one really is going to, I know y'all like, all of y'all stuff be good. But anywho, we're about 146 episodes in. This is like, I'm going to be honest, Cheryl. When we first did this, I kind of gave it a couple of months. But here we are, 146 episodes in, and we're talking about what is to become of these natural hair care products, this natural hair movement. We're talking mass exodus from locks. People are like, I'm done with these natural hair products. They cost too much. They don't deliver. And then they're talking about, the 4C hair still ain't getting no love. And then, of course, you still have that texture hair summit, which we're going to save that best for last. So yeah, I didn't think we'd make it to this point,
Really?
Yeah, I didn't think we would get. We're almost up to 3,000 subscribers. I was like, nah.
Oh, plus we had careers in the middle of it, right?
Yeah, and I thought that the videos, like before I partnered with you, I was just uploading content on like how-tos and debunking myths. I hope you guys have seen how I have grown since the beginning of this channel. I was pseudo. I confess. I gotta find out who she is. She checked me in the chat. I did a video on how to press hair, and the person that I put up there was not the person who invented the straightening comb. And she was so nice about it, like, for your information, lady, ma'am. But that's what it's all about,
That is what it's all about.
We cannot get upset, because we cannot get upset when people check or correct. Why do people get upset particularly the hair industry?
Yeah,
every time you try to tell somebody I was wrong, I'm gonna find it right quick, and sure, I want you to talk about it. I'm gonna find the video and tell you guys which one it was. It was how to press hair, and she was just very poignantly, the picture that you have up is not the person you said it is. It is this person, and I said thank you very much. Now, why can't we just say, thank you, I was wrong? What's wrong with us, Cheryl, as we get into this episode?
No, what it is about
it's something.
Black people's hair that we think that there is no, because I think that because they don't think that there's any like real historical, factual data, science kind of stuff. And so people they think just because you're black and maybe this
so you black, that means you always right.
Right. It's we're very cagey. Well, we say something about black people's hair and skin, boy. It just because you black and you got it, that's supposed to mean you the expert.
Yeah, it was her name. Oh gosh, I think her name was Beauty Beats or something like that. So she just came through and was like, "Yo, the picture that you have, that's not who that is." And you know, you look stuff up and you try to source it as much you can.
Yeah.
And sometimes sources be wrong. You talk about that. I mean, people act like if you look, because let's take for example, remember they used to say in hair coloring that you would neutralize the unwanted pigment. But now they're saying you're not, like Cheryl was like, what a lie. You can't really get rid of the pigment, but you can refine it so it's less. But back in the day, they used to say you can cancel it out.
Right.
But that was the source. Now, it could be wrong. Things change. So sometimes you could look something up or you could be taught something and it's just wrong.
Right.
Like the African hair god. He did a video and I came and I gave that's what gave us the views actually, because I wasn't attacking him per se.
Yeah.
It was the content.
Right.
So she wasn't attacking Ladosha. She was saying the information is incorrect.
Yeah.
But in the hair industry, we take it as an offense.
Right. Because we want everyone, because we're black, it makes us an expert because we're black, or because we have a few years of practicing. We have a few. Yeah, it's a remarkable industry in the expert kind of one whose voice is, and I don't even profess to know everything. And you don't. Yeah. You want people to share, because that is actually, and I think we get expertise kind of mixed up too.
But and also
know everything.
Isn't it what this platform is about? Or all careers? Is that you're gonna do something or say something that's incorrect and you're gonna be corrected. I found it. Her name is Vivian Carter Kane. And she said that is not a photo of Walter Salmon. That is Jan Matzeliger, the inventor of the shoe lasting machine. And so she corrected me. Thank you very much, Miss Vivian Carter Kane. We can't be upset. And so I think that now, how many people in the chat don't mind being corrected? Let's just put it on out there, because I mean, especially on a domain like a YouTube, I mean, we have people that be in me and y'all should see some of these comments. I want to meet Cheryl. I want to talk to you. I mean, it's okay. It's okay. So how many people in the chat? What's up, Kefele? How do you feel? How do you feel, Kefele, if somebody corrected you? Lawana, everybody in the chat's building pretty good. Again, welcome. We are 146 episodes in, and we're talking about what is to become of the natural hair care products, this longevity, how long. They're talking about the mass exodus away from locks. We have a video on that, Kefele. You'll find this one very interesting. They're saying that this natural hair thing is like it's ran its course. There's no girth. There's nothing left. And so thank you, Marla. What's going on? Let's give you a big round of applause. We got a new cousin in the chat named Miss Marla. And she said, you know what? I don't mind being corrected. So, but people do mind. Now we do understand that we do have to draw an audience, right? So sometimes we got to get a little sensational. Ain't that right, Weekend? Sometimes we got to make it a little messy, because, you know, folks like a little hot mess, hot ghetto mess, that is. So we're not knocking sensationalism. So to African Hair God, because what he did was he took my comment and he put it up and he was like, this right here. And boy, they came running over to this channel. And I think they were like, like, wait a minute. They might know a little. They don't know as much as African Hair God, but they might. And go check out African Hair God's YouTube channel. Go check him out. He's pseudo, but that's his prerogative. And I was not attacking him. I actually find him quite entertaining. And I'm sure he finds me quite.
The braided beard.
Yeah, he got the braided beard. He's very eclectic and eccentric. He's got his own. He has a huge following, guys. I'm not joking. This guy.
Everyone that started back in about 17 years ago. I mean, he's still growing.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, he got a tribe over there. What's up, Sandra? What's up, my virtual co-host Sandra? Is also in the chat. But we got some response here, right? So we have Kafele says he don't see it as a correction. He see it as Morrow giving him an opportunity to expand his thinking.
Now why you gotta put me in it, brother?
Yeah, because sure got a way of correcting you, right? Y'all know, she gets good, don't you, Kafele? Sure be like, nah, Kilolo. And that's the other thing. Is it what you say or is it how you say it? Mm-hmm. Now, which one is it? Can you just say like that? Like if she would have wrote, that is not a photo of Walter Salmon. That's what's wrong with y'all out here. Y'all need to go to school and get you some education. For your information, that is Jan Matzeliger, the inventor of the shoe lasting machine. For your information, get your stuff together. What? Would I have still been offended?
No. Not you.
No.
Because that's how you would have said it.
Because my mama checked me like that. I ain't say nothing. My teachers have checked. My friends done checked me like that. I mean, it ain't personal. Sometimes you can read some stuff that can infuriate you and it make you want to go.
Right. But here we go again in my personal style. It's just that I just want to ask you questions, and then we naturally come to the conclusion, and then I just want to make it make sense.
Right. Now, Marla said,
Marla
said, nah, it ain't what you say. She said, if you come at me like that, we gonna have some issues. Just call me a sucker. It's okay, Marla. It's okay. But I've been checked a couple of times. When you on the salon, these hairstylists, they be checking you like, I'd be like, you didn't do your on your math on your tickets or whatever. They'd be like, let me sit down and talk to you. Let me break it down. I'll be like, and you know what? They always be right. Because you on the salon, you be about your coins, and you always be like, I think, hold on. Oh, wait, I see $2. They didn't do that ticket right. And you try to be all diplomatic, Marla. I'm just talking salon talk, But these hairstylists be like, no, no. I did my own math. For your information. I mean, I remember when we had did the first summit, and so the people was like, we were going from salon to salon, inviting them to come to this summit so we can get this law passed here in Ohio for natural hairstylists to have education, right? And I would go into the shops, right? What you want? Well, I was like, okay. So I hear you, Marla, but sometimes you're just gonna have to take it to the chin, depending on what you're trying to do. Like, I want this YouTube channel. So, as long as they don't call me out my name, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't be calling me no fat, even though I am a little chunky, don't you say? Okay, don't be talking about my teeth. I'm trying to get them fit. I mean, even though it's true. So, if you're not attacking me personally, you can call me whatever. I'm like Houdini. What's up, Sandra? Week A. What's up, Instagram? What's up, Facebook? YouTube. Linked. I'm like Houdini. Ask me what Houdini would say.
Oh shit!
Ask me.
What would Houdini say?
I used to get angry and all uptight. You could say what you wanted to spell my name right. I don't care, man. I'm 50. I done made it to 57. You can't break me, man. It's not about sticks and stones that break my bones. Words will never hurt. But if you right, it's going to sting. It's the agony of defeat. You're just wrong. And you pitched somebody off and you were wrong. Yeah. And sometimes, so Miss Vivian, I don't know if you're watching the channel, Miss Vivian Carter hyphenated Kane, big ups. As a matter of fact, that video we got a lot of views on that video. And that was hot comb history and how to use it. And so, no, I am not going. As a matter of fact, I pinned the comment and I don't take down my videos where I was pseudo because I want you guys to see the growth. Because this is why we're having this topic today.
Yeah.
Is that the growth is going to hurt a lot of people because their wealth, their money, their techniques, their products, their tools is caught up in a lot of misinformation. Mm-hmm. And what kind of person does it take to let that go, Cheryl? Let's because the consumers, this particular podcast, the dumbest shit. And we do mean
the dumbest.
Tell us, Cheryl. We do mean what?
I mean, really.
We're talking about the dumbest shit people say about black hair. It's this whole natural hair product. That's you just can't get no dumber than that. I still can't believe black people fell for it. I'm struggling. And to the day that I die, I'm just going to struggle. I cannot believe black women fell and men fell for, and that's not against the hairstyles themselves, the people who specialize in the hairstyles. And I'm not knocking nobody's hustle. They found a way to extrapolate something and get y'all coins. But the backlash is this is why this podcast is here, is because in the hair salon, we are dealing with lived experiences of people who have been duped and they have built their entire careers on incorrect information. I was delivered from she deactivated my dumb lynch chip. Ain't nothing worse than an educated fool.
Oh my God. That's so old school. That is like.
But what's up, boss? Lavina just dropped in the chat. Dr. L's. Say it again.
We call them intellectual pseudo.
Intellectual. Yeah. Pseudo-intellectual. That's a nice word. See what I'm saying, Marla? She gonna say it real nice. Pseudo-intellectualism. I'm like an educated fool. You know what I'm saying? But we got to talk about it. Now, we tell you guys every week we're going to talk about some of the dumbest that people say about black hair. We're going to start with the ingredients, right? We got a nice build. Welcome. Again, we are 146 episodes, and we're talking about what is to become of the natural hair movement. What is this mass exodus people are talking about from locks? We have the king of lock is in the chat, and I don't know about that, but this is what they saying out there in them YouTube streets and TikTok, avenues. Okay, that this stuff is about to it's ran its course. I don't know. Even though I can't believe people fell for it, I do not think it's run its course. But we're going to talk about that a little bit more. But we also highlight an ingredient because we hear a lot of fear. Now, we did our fete du jour. This was our very first one. And I got to show a clip, Cheryl, because it was overwhelmingly successful. So, and I had I had such dynamic conversations with the people across the discipline. So I'm going to share a little clip that I made, a little sizzle or reel, whatever y'all call them. I made this. Don't be laughing at me, okay? All right, here y'all go. The industry's Fête du Jour Day Party was an absolute success. It was amazing and wonderful to meet people throughout the industry from various disciplines. Super duper shout out to blackhair.com for the H2 Pro technology and to Rev Air for their reverse air technology. The demonstrations was the bomb. Also, DJ Danny on the ones and twos. She did her thing. Schoolhouse Productions, Beauty Under One Roof, the Beauty and Barber Collective. We appreciate you. Deuces, my good people. See you at the next Fête du Jour. Hey, we did it! We brought people from all the disciplines in the industry. We said if we got 5 people, we had one person, us was going to be happy. We ended up with approximately 35 people. It was eclectic. It was diverse. It was fun. We did not sell one thing. We did no data mining. We didn't even collect no email addresses. We did have a sign up if you wanted to know more about what's happening in the industry. We said sign up. Okay. We didn't no teaching. It was professionals helping each other, answering questions. But what came up a lot was the concern about chemicals. And I think this one was up a lot, Cheryl. Sulfates.
Mm-hmm.
So cosmetologists and natural hairstylists alike remain concerned about chemicals in our products. So every week we promised you guys we would feature an ingredient. So this week the ingredient is sulfates. So sulfate is an ingredient that a lot of people don't like. So Cheryl, let's welcome everybody in with a little understanding about sulfates. Because when I tell you some of the dumbest that I've heard about sulfates, I'm not even gonna bore y'all. But nonetheless, people are concerned. So Cheryl, help them out with sulfates. And this is the public because they like to go get that ingredient book and they be looking stuff up.
They do.
Yeah, they be looking up them ingredients. And, I had that book. I'm telling you, I wish I could say it like Chill. I was pseudo trying to do judo on Pluto with Menudo or something. That's how pseudo I was. I'm just telling the truth, y'all. But anywho, so take it away with sulfate so we can soothe their neurosis about this ingredient. And because that was hey, they don't like sulfates.
Okay. But my first question would be, what is it about sulfates that they don't like?
All right. Okay. What's up, Yate? I keep missing you on Sunday, but I'm still promoting you like I'm your promoter. You already know that, right? I be promoting you like, what's up? Yeah. So is it something about sulfates that you don't like? Now I'm gonna tell you what I was saying. I'm gonna drop mine in the chat, okay? And don't forget, please, y'all, support Yate over on Real Roots TV every Sunday on Instagram at 8 p.m. She's doing the darn thing. So here's what I heard about sulfates that people were saying that they didn't like, not only at the Fête du Jour, and I'm not minimizing the concern about chemicals. I'm not saying that at all. That is drying, so they're saying that the sulfates are very drying to hair. And if on all the other gear, or the other platforms, share with us if you want to. And you could do this post live and we could talk about that too. What's up, Fall Cues? They say that it strips your hair of its natural oils. There we go again. So it's stripping, drying. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I think, okay. Now, again, if you are watching this post live, if you drop what you've heard, we can still, Cheryl can respond. So we understand that sometimes, you're not getting it in real time, and that's cool. We can still come back and answer. Okay. So far the concern is that it's stripping, it's drying. And just that it's just overall, like dangerous, like sulfates, or they get into your system and they mess up your liver, like that kind of stuff. They think this it gets into your system.
Okay. Um, and here we go again with the correction. Trying to correct, because my first goal is to get you to deal with what you heard about the thing that you're afraid of. Is it true? Is it based in logic? Is it scientifically sound? Now, let me ask you guys a question. Do you think sulfates is a chemical?
Um. All right. Let's see what y'all say.
Where do sulfates come from?
All right. Let's see.
Because I think the block is that sulfates come from an evil lab, that they don't have a natural source. They come from nature. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And sulfates usually from sulfur, and sulfur is natural. I think I want, like, if you were to just wet your hair, wouldn't it be dry?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, it would. Yes, it would be very dry.
Right. You just put all the water, rinse your hair, soak it up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't it be dry if you let it air dry?
Yeah, it would. But here, what I'm doing is I'm putting up an article of why sulfates are bad for your hair. Now, it's these types of blogs and opinion columns that customers read, and they come to the salon or to the natural hairstylist and will say, I don't want sulfates on my hair. We see it in the chat. Someone said it: stripping natural oils, scalp irritation, color fading, and then dryness and brittle, which is where you're at now. Okay. So
okay. Right. So let me ask you guys a question. Would you guys use chlorine on your hair? Okay, so what do you think is most dangerous? Calcium, fluoride, all other magnesiums and chlorine. Do you guys?
I would say the chlorine is probably the riskiest one of them all. Okay. So because I'm not a chemist.
Right.
And y'all know, Kilo, I'm going to be transparent. I'm a cosmetologist. I'm not a chemist. But in my opinion, I would say the chlorine has got to be turns your hair green, and that chlorine ain't no joke.
Right. But we will admit that water is antithetical to natural oils. Now, you guys know that there's only one natural oil in your hair. There's only a sebaceous wax. There is no oils in your hair. You do know that, right? You only have a gland. Right. And it's not secreting oils. So take that S off there. You ain't got several, your body is not a dispensary of several oils. Okay. So you do know that water will also wash sebaceous material off your skin. And I'm asking you, would you rather have sulfates that are designed to grab onto certain molecules, or would you rather have chlorine?
All right. Which one? Chlorine, or would you want sulfate?
Right.
Which one would you like? I guess I'm gonna have to go in the chat and say sulfate. What would you rather have? What would you rather have on your hair to help remove the oil? Would you rather have chlorine, or would you rather have a sulfate? Okay. Would you like calcium, magnesium, lime scale? which one of these would you like to get rid of that? I said sulfate.
Okay.
Um,
Now, and let me ask you guys a question. When you guys also buy your clothes, what happens to your clothes when you wash them? And what do they tell you about how to protect blacks, browns, rich colors, wools, silk?
mm, now I hate washing, but I do wash my clothes every 2 weeks. Now this how my mama told me. You separate the darks from the lights, the darks, the fabric. So if it's a fine, you got to have for that. Your sheets and your towels can go into another load. And the whites, of course, have to be all on their own. And then you have your detergents for those specific fabrics. And then the agitation matches how soiled the clothes are. And then how soiled and smelly is how long you could put the cycle on.
Right.
So so cold water is for the darks,
Right.
and warm water is for your medium, and then hot water is for your whites.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that's how I was taught. What's up, Trish? What's up, Kay? How y'all doing? Come on in. We're getting it started. We're talking about sulfates. What are your concerns about sulfates? And so far, we're hearing that they're drying and they're stripping. And so
Okay.
Cheryl is breaking down sulfates for us.
And let me let you guys understand that hair is not too far from the same attributes, composition, and features of hair. Is there a such thing as stripping your clothes of its stripping clothes? Now, I also want to challenge you guys to, do you guys know what a sebaceous gland material is actually for?
I to lubricate.
But you guys wet your hair too much for that. So the hair is not, you guys put too much product in. You guys are not, you actually, have you guys actually felt your sebaceous oil?
Y'all see I'm shining over here. Shine on yesterday.
Yeah, but you felt it on your skin, but you've never felt it on your hair.
Nah, but I have wavy hair. My hair get greasy so fast.
Well, what you're saying is it is susceptible because of the texture of it. It's susceptible to very high viscosity products that are thick. So it weighs down easy. So you have to make sure that you're, a little more conscious of just the molecular weight of what products you choose to use.
I like sure with them big old words, viscosity, molecular, Cornell West of hair at your service.
Okay, so a sulfate is only attaching to what is on what we call a surface. It's not a penetrating ingredient. It is only grabbing onto molecules on the surface.
There you go.
Right. Your ancestors knew that. So they're not penetrating, they're going anywhere. The problem is what's coming out of your faucet is what you guys need to be worried about.
Aha.
What's in the bottle?
Mic drop.
Not what's in the bottle. What's in the bottle is only on your hair for maybe a minute, 2 minutes. It's not there to neutralize sebaceous. Water alone does that. Now, when's the last time you guys looked at all of the several chemicals that's in your shower water? How many times have you looked at that? But I bet you've looked at the cosmetic aisle longer than you've ever looked at what's in your tap water.
Guilty. Come on, y'all. Don't let me. Come on. Guilty, 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 guilty. Thank you,
By the way,
Theo.
by the way, your city has to list all the chemicals that they put in your water.
Oh, I don't want to look that up.
You
Eh,
don't. You don't.
eh. Okay, so there
Because,
you have it.
because when you wash your clothes, guess what water you're washing your clothes with? Guess what wash you're washing your body with? Guess what water you're washing your hair with? Guess what body you're brushing your teeth with? You're flushing your toilet with the same water you're putting on your body.
And the dog be y'all them pet parents, them dogs be drinking that toilet water.
Okay, so you're never switching it up. And what I want you guys to know that a sulfate is for the purpose of cleaning. It's only grabbing onto molecules that you guys want to remove. Water is so much smaller in terms of molecular weight. And so the water is getting more to the crevices and washing away or rinsing away, or because water helps move things away. But because natural hair care uses so much water as a way to start their beauty regimen, they put it's like first, in the middle, and the end. And that's a lot of water. But for some reason, when you get marketed to, and the commercial messages goes in here, and you guys think when you hear things like sulfates, your brain, and this is really things that I had to learn in terms of teaching cosmetic and cosmetic chemistry, because there's a brain and there's so many messages that you guys are already have in your mind that's going to block something else. And so therefore, a good educator has to take out or deal with what's in your head now, take that out and make something else more sound, so something else can fill that space. Because if I educate you, I do have to take something away from you.
Now, let me just tell you, when I was in that Afro Hair Science class the first day, y'all, week A,
love you, brother. Love you, brother. Love that.
Trish, let me just tell you, Kay Washington, I'm telling y'all, I struggled with the less water. I was in the class like, sure, you my girl, but oh hell to the mother foot plucking gnaw. I mean, it was so I was sweating because this was my comfort level. This was where, again, how I made my money, how I had talked, and it was my personal life. I lived the life of water, water, water. And so here we are learning, we're being taught as well that water is not good for Afro hair. And it was just really, now, all the white people was like, oh, okay, here go my black butt, whatever. I don't think so. She tripping. I'm just talking about me. I'm not going to talk about everybody. I'm just saying, I really struggle with using less water on Afro hair, because my mom would dip that brush. I know what I'm talking about. Dip the brush in the water, put the little baby lotion. Y'all quit front. Y'all know. Okay. And so the less water was very difficult for me to grasp. And then some of the other stuff that you're like, what you're sharing in the chat, it was a struggle. And so, so the sulfates are okay.
And your hair as a fiber. Your hair is a fiber.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And things woven together makes a fabric.
Okay.
Right. And so, if you can just go back into your common sense, okay. And I always try to teach from grandpa, grandma, right? That generation understood salts, which we call, and sulfates get a different kind of name, but they are in the salt ester kind of category in chemistry. But the key is that what you perceive as drying also can be responsible for what you've used the most, and you guys use water the most.
All right, so there you have it.
Right. And here we go again, is that we always remember natural hair, Black people, I don't care who you are, hairstylists, whatever. When I'm going to sell you something and I need you to stop using something else because I'm going to sell you something else, I have to vilify the thing you're already using to give me an upper hand and you an incentive to stop using it so you can buy what I'm now selling you. That is consumerism.
That's consumerism. That's our topic regarding the ingredient for the week. We are talking about sulfates. Cheryl just broke it down for you. Rewind the tape if you want to hear that again. Sulfates are okay, all right? And it's really probably more your water than anything. And the sulfates, like you said, is going to attach to those dirt and those molecules and help, and the water is going to help rinse all of that away. So would you rather have chlorine or would you rather have sulfates, all right? And Theo is dropping much knowledge in the chat. So we're going to, and that's a nice segue and to our topic, because in no given order, I'm going to start off since we talked about the ingredients. I'm going to show you this clip. That this is one of the reasons when we're talking about what is to become of the natural hair care products, its longevity. One of the concerns is that these products, they don't work and the cost isn't commensurate to its performance. So that's a really big concern. And so I'm going to show this clip and we're going to have you, Cheryl, take it away on the longevity of these products, because that's now everybody's saying, I'm buying this stuff and it's not working and it's costing a lot of money. So these are my TikTok steal reels. Okay, here we go.
I'm going back to the creamy crack. I'm sick of doing my hair. I literally did my hair this morning, laid my edges down, and I'm just over having to pre-do my hair just for me to come outside and they want to act crazy. I'm over it. I'm getting the creamy crack.
All right. So there it is. And there are a plethora. If you want to just release your frustrations with your natural hair products, why do you have that right there just threw me. When they would bring in those products and they were like, I have one for my detangling and I mixed together my oil and I made my own. And then I got some more cream and then I got some more deep conditioner. And I don't want any protein. I'm like, the natural hair people, they got more, what do you call those things? Rituals, than a voodoo. I should have said that, not voodoo, but more rituals than a magician. Okay,
they are the host, the mistress of ceremony.
Oh, they got so many rituals with that. Then I finger comb and I let it sit, and then I go back and I put some custard and some. I said, y'all can't be serious. So she said she's going back to the relaxer, and the issue again is the time to do this. Because when you go to sleep, the afro comes back. That's the other thing that nobody talks about.
Well, that's what I am saying.
But when I wake up, I'm like,
well, that's what I'm saying. The natural hair movement is not pro-natural. They were never pro-natural because they would embrace the fuzziness, the afro. They would embrace the fro. They would embrace the texture. They would embrace it. Now, let me just say this, and not that most don't. I think they tried, but because they were trying to make the afro hair do something else that wasn't natural to it, because the movement was the afro movement. It was straight up.
This was my thing.
This movement is trying to
fight it. They're trying to fight
patterns that are not natural.
But the truth of the matter is the afro is going to come back. When you wake up in the morning,
the boys, I think, are gonna go back into the afro faster than the women and go into the mother movement. The mother movement is not wrought with heavy product, but the problem is with the women going back into it is because they now have created a heroin addict.
Heroin. Oh, can we use that? You heard it here first. Heroin addict. Come on now, y'all. Hit that thumbs up button. Before we address Fall Q's question, we have Wike and we have our virtual co-host Sandra E saying it's time for y'all to go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Let's get these algorithms over here to the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel, and y'all keep that conversation going. Cheryl, show them what they need to do right now. Here we go.
Pampa me on, pampa me on.
All right, this topic is getting good. What has it become of the natural hair products and its longevity? Is there a mass exodus away from locks, natural hairstyles? What are you guys saying about that? So we're already breaking it down. Fall Q says the rituals begin to feel like punishment. 6 products to clean and twist the hair. SMH. What you say, Cheryl, about all of these steps?
Well, right before we went to the break, the boys are going to go into the Afro movement sooner. Women have a little challenge because they created a heroin addict. And that heroin addict is retail, Target, Walmart, CVS, Rite Aid, JCPenney's, and all of these brands, Sally Beauty Supply Company, Korean Beauty Supplies. They've created a junkie. They created a junkie generation. So now the retail part of this whole picture and investment companies and venture cap, they now have gotten so many people's hands in the pot that them just dropping it and saying they're going back to the relaxer. That's why the word got to the National Institute of Health, and they said, oops, we have to stop them because they're going back. The key here is that they created an economic junkie. They got the retail market is now too far invested into this ghost kind of bad product, and now they're over ritualized. They got too many rituals and too much money just to get the result they want. And now it's time consuming. It's so time consuming. Now they are so inundated with now the men, not so much.
Well, what about Theo's comment here that there's no magic in the bottle? Because that is in essence what that statement was saying. She said, my edges aren't laying. You know, this is not working. I've been trying to do this and it's just not working. Is there magic in the bottle? I mean, could it be that there is?
You asked me the question, I think Thursday, is that does the product make the hairstylist or does the hairstylist make the product? And that is one of the things that Theo is trying to say. We make the product. We make it work. We know what is going on. When I have a client with the same texture as Ladosha, I choose and move and select. And so I am feeling and buying in my salon according to my clientele roster. That keeps me from overbuying and over purchasing. But you don't get the choice to do that because you're heavily being marketed to. And so, they know that you're not going to get the results because the aisle is called maintenance aisle. It's not called problem solving aisle. It's not called the cure aisle. It's only for the satiation of consumerism. And you got too many natural hair notions and thoughts and sales messages and belief systems and value systems, and all this stuff hits you all at once. And all they
spent so much money, and they don't see a future in it. So here is another video, because the tightly coiled people are still, I mean, they are just feeling like this movement was supposed to be for us, and I'll be doggone. It's just, here we go. Let the video speak. Here we go.
Is the natural hair movement, will 2025 be the return of the relaxer? Maybe. A lot of brands treat type 4 hair girls like the red-headed stepchildren of the natural hair community. I know you've heard of the saying of the illusion of inclusion, and that is what they do to us. They want our money, but they don't want to represent us in these campaigns or for their marketing. In my opinion, type 4 girlies represent the majority. They'll put a person every time with a looser 3A curl pattern. And don't get me wrong, all hair types are beautiful, but I just feel this needs to be said because sometimes it's our own brands and it'll be people who have hair just like this that will put the 3A curly girlies out in the front, but still.
All right. So
she said a lot.
yeah, she had a lot. That was a lot in there. But what stuck out is the whole, they're the stepchild. So this 4C hair still is like, at the end of the day, you guys used us. You took our money. You didn't let us represent like we should have. They that's the texture that they really tried to push the texture on instead of it's an afro, like she's wearing her hair, like it's an afro. And that's hard for me to talk about.
Right. In every demographic, the more Afro-ish, African, or thicker, the hair is, right?
I'm sorry, Theo is bugging. We was on the wrong yard. It's always one in the chat. Theo, stop.
Mr. Dr. Garfield.
He said he ready. We're trying to help y'all out. Let's go stick with me. He went there. So this texture. That section ain't education. Theo, you done messed me up. Now I'm with you, Lord. Theo, you're in timeout. Okay, I'm trying. Okay, let's go back.
Come.
Okay, so we trying to be professional, Theo. Why you do that? Okay, sure. We can do it. we can get to the topic at hand. It's the 4 seasons here. They're being, sucked in with
like I was saying.
Education.
I gotta keep Lola. Well, it is always the four y'all the four folks, the 4 category folks. You're gonna be over advertised to because they know basically you're going to be the most disgruntled because you're not going to there is no magic in your bottle, and they're not formulating things for numbers and letters. Okay. And so, but I will say she said a lot because she was talking about the the cultural issue, right?
But that's lived for them. That is lived.
Right. And the disloyalty of the so-called Black brands. And then the so-called Black brands that get the upfront are started by racial or BIPOC owners. Okay. And then you're overrepresented because, of course, people with the texture such as Tracy Ellis Ross, they are pushed forward and like they know about black folks' hair. And of course, this is why this show is called The Dumbest Shit. Because we as professionals in the salon, because we know you bring your frustrations to that institution.
Yeah, get out. I mean, if
Frustration.
the best thing that you can do is get out of the 4C language. I mean,
it's out of hair typing language, period.
I mean, yeah, just get out. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, let it all go, because this is what Theo is saying in the chat. It's a money grab. It's a marketing scheme. They never, as my mother would say, from the giddy up, right, Cheryl? They never had anything to offer. The best thing you could do for that texture is to wear it as an afro. And that's just it, period, end of story. Especially if you plan on doing different things to it, but you can do so much to any fabric. There's a lot that you can do. I don't even know why they separated it to make it seem like the 4C hair, couldn't do what the 3C and the 3A. If you put heat on it, hell, it's all gonna straighten out.
Yeah.
If you cornroll it down, it's all gonna braid. If you lock it, it's all gonna lock up. So why did they classify it? It's tanking the ability to have the longevity of whatever they were trying to do.
I think because they didn't check behind them, and they were so anti-cosmetology that they went into the movement without the education. And so when Andre Walker created a product usage system, not a hair typing system, it was for his products. Okay. That particular kind of chart was what they needed, because they didn't have the education, because they thought cultural significance or social or cultural references that they had already been a part of since their childhood was merely enough, if that makes sense.
Yeah. What's going on, Misha for Clee? How you doing? Welcome. We got some new family is in the chat. Everybody, we appreciate you guys. We are growing this channel. And so again, if you have just walked in, this is the Afro Hair Science YouTube channel. The podcast today is all about the dumbest shit that people say about black hair. And we started off with the sulfates, and now we're going into the longevity of this thing called natural hair movement that people are saying there's a mass exodus away from locks and natural hairstyles and so on and so forth. So let me just give a big round of applause before sure you get your next point in. Yeah, so we appreciate you guys. We're trying to, our goal is to just deliver people from it's evil to take people's money, like this. That's why I said I couldn't believe, I just can't believe.
My question that I was going to ask, and it is to Trish's comment, is that did anyone ever go to YouTube to learn how to do their kids' hair?
Okay, chat. Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. Did you guys turn to YouTube to know how to do your child's, maybe your niece's hair? If you ever had to babysit or
yeah, comb your daughters and your son's hair. Like child care, hair care. I'm just curious, and the reason why I'm asking that is because natural hair is the same thing you've done to yourself when you were 5, and you do to your daughter's hair at 5. I don't understand why you needed an industry to learn how to do something that you already knew how to do.
Well, some people, I worked in outreach, so there are a lot of people who grew up and didn't have any parental guidance with their hair, which I think that's where YouTube, I think what a lot of people don't understand about those YouTubers is that a lot of those people, they knew the game. I'm not trying to say
absolutely. They were trying to grow a channel.
Yeah. They knew the game, and they saw that as an opportunity, and they seized it, but it just went a little bit awry.
Yeah.
Because she said, not for me. YouTube taught me, how to manage my hair. The best way is to get into it, get involved. You got to get into it. You got to get involved to know how to take care of it. So we have one response. No, I did not go to YouTube University to learn how to take care of my kids' hair. It was not available back in those days. Okay.
Question: how far off of what you do to your hair today than what your mother did for you when you were a kid?
To those who had a mom, what's different? What did YouTube offer that your mom didn't, or your grandma, or your big mom? Like, if you had to say, YouTube taught me this,
Okay.
and my mama said that,
Right.
and I felt that YouTube was better at it. So this is a good one. We might have to do a whole podcast on that one, sure. That's a good one. So let's see. We're gonna wait on that. While we're waiting for some of that, here we go.
And another question for you, if you don't mind, Kilola. Once we answer that question, what product in natural hair care what single product that we're going to use forever that came out of natural hair care?
Okay.
Those two questions go together.
All right. So number one, the question is, what did YouTube teach you that your mama, your grandmama, your extended family taught you? And then what's the one product that you felt like, I really got this out of the natural hair movement and I can't live without it? So what product would that be? And what did you learn? And we love you too, Lawana. We sure love you. Okay. So Kay said what she got was style options, that her mom was not able to give that to her. Okay. Let's see. One product that YouTube definitely taught me that my mom did not use was conditioners. We grew up, we did not use conditioners either.
What?
No, my mom did not use conditioners on our hair. But she
what did
she used lotion.
And that's conditioner.
Yeah. I made the connection.
Right. Do you guys know how far off lotion is from conditioner? By the way, you don't want to know.
Okay, it's good. It's getting good. Okay, hold on. It's getting good. She said her mom used water. My mom did use some grease and some water to get through. I think my now this was my mom's take on it. My mom's take was, if you don't vote, you don't pay taxes. She wasn't spending all that shit on it. That was that was her philosophy. She wasn't gonna, because it was just gonna put dirt in it. We were just gonna go out and play. So she didn't do all of that. She just used the baby lotion. She shampooed her hair. She grabbed the baby lotion and she got the yellow bird, you know what I'm saying? And she braided our hair wet. We didn't get to the blow dryer until we were like maybe 12 or 13. But wasn't no blow drying. You got your hair plaited down and you woke up in the morning and they pressed it out. And then if you got cornrows, they started off with it wet. And as it dried, they just, that was in our hood. We did not use, I still braid hair wet.
And let me just say this. And thus, you just named many of the natural hair care regimens.
Yeah. So we got some more. Hold on. So we got some more. Now when you ask, so that was what they got from the YouTube. Okay. They got techniques and then they got access to the products that was good for the hair. Okay. Now, what product did the natural hair movement give them that they just couldn't live without, that they didn't get anyplace else? So hands down, leave-in conditioners, liquid or cream, leave-in conditioners.
Right. So do you guys realize that all you guys did was use curl activator? That's all you guys did. You didn't use anything different. And that just goes to show you what price that Black people are going to pay for the natural hair care movement's mistake of the retail wealth of Black people. You were already doing it. The greatest leave-in conditioners was in the curl era.
Yeah, remember they had the Afro. Say some of y'all probably missed it. Also, remember Moisture Max, pink lotion. These are things that people frowned upon. But
okay, so right. So the question for fall cues is, what's the difference between your skin and hair? We're going to deal with that question because I always tell you before we started, if I will correct you, or we will correct each other, shall I say, we're going to take something out of your brain. So you tell me, what is the difference between your skin and your hair?
Why you ask that question, fall cues? Now we got to all be biting our fingernails off. Don't forget, hit the thumbs up button because Cheryl is kicking the ballistic. She is definitely dropping knowledge. You're not going to get this type of pure and unadulterated, what did you call it? Pseudo intellectualized information about your hair than the dumbest shit that people say about Black Hair's podcast. So please hit the thumbs up button. These questions, all this communication is helping draw more attention to our platform, which we appreciate it. And so what is the difference between lotion, our skin and our hair? The hair is a fiber and the skin that's the only, because hair is skin, and yeah, hair is an appendage of your skin. So
yeah, thank you for the anatomy. Yeah.
Kilolo,
yeah, thank you.
Okay,
so if I were to switch your hair conditioner, your leave-in conditioner, and switch it and put the leave-in conditioner on my body and put the hair lotion on my skin, what do you guys think would happen?
Say that again. I gotta drink some Kool-Aid. Wait a minute, y'all.
Okay, drink some Kool-Aid.
Out of my Afro cup.
Okay. You got it?
Okay.
So if I took your leave-in conditioner, right, and I ran out and I needed to put it on my body, and then if I didn't have any hair conditioning and I just had lotion and I needed to put some on my hair, what would be the difference? I think you guys know where I'm going with this. Okay. Leave-in conditioners are only going to have what? More oil. Lotion's going to have more water. But the base of the product in chemistry, especially Black chemistry, always know everything starts out as lotion. Even relaxers start out as lotion.
Okay, because Fall Q says you can't straighten your skin, but you can in a roundabout. But we wouldn't use the word straighten, but you can make the appearance of it look more supple, which is like the equivalent. So you can change the way your skin looks. Yeah, you can
more water.
Ask any makeup artist, they'll say you can do that. Though they just don't use the word straighten. But you can.
But I don't understand the word straighten in the comment at all.
Because you asked the question about what's the difference between hair and skin. No, you said what's the difference between the hair and the skin. So I said one was.
And I mean, in terms of you making a choice, because you don't buy lotion for your hair. So I want to know, why are you guys making the distinction? When you go into the beauty supply, you don't ever go to the hair conditioning as a replacement for lotion. You guys think that those are two different products when they're not the two different products. You are being sold the same basic thing differently. You just bought the same thing and you just wasted your money.
You mean my mama was right putting lotion on her hair? I'm sorry, Mama in heaven. Please forgive me. Lately, my whole world is changing.
Chemistry-wise. Yeah, all I'm going to do is put oil. I'm going to make an oil base for your hair and a water base for your skin. That's all I'm going to do.
Oh, Mama was right.
Now, of course, it gets more sophisticated. But my point is that I want you guys to understand that the marketing machine that black women created for natural hair care was a trifecta clusterfuck.
Wow.
I mean,
We got this in the V2B 2010. What's up, cousin? Big round of applause for you right quick. I'm going to help you with that little statement right there. Let me just show off a little bit. Let's give you a big round of applause. Welcome, everybody. Girl, it's getting hot in here.
Well, let me just say this. Since we wanted an anatomy course, hair follicles are organs.
Yeah, I was going to tell her that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that there you go.
But I do understand what you're saying. However, you have hair on your skin and you have skin cells where are keratinized. Right? And the key here is to really get the point is that this was not an anatomy question. The question is that in your marketing minds, when you guys go into the beauty supply, you are separating your hair from the rest of your body. And you literally think that there are special, individuated, different ingredients for something called a keratin fiber, then it's very vastly different from your skin. And I'm telling you, they're not.
Wow.
And so so when I'm saying in terms of even the conversation of sulfates, you're not really mixing up a whole lot of different categories and classes and taxonomy and different of chemistry categories here. You guys are not really dealing with a lot of difference here. The difference is the marketing messages that you guys hear. That's what's really differentiating all of these things from soaps, from detergents to oils to lubricants to emulsions. You guys are basically, and because they know you don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. Like, and here's a good one. Hey, Maria, how you doing? Again, we are 146 episodes in to the dumbest shit that people say about black hair, and we're going real hard on the longevity of the natural hair movement. Is it a mass exodus away from locks and twists and all that other good stuff? We got one more point before we wrap this up. Maria Jones says, "Hey, everybody." She thinks she bought the last bottle of Moisture Max. You see that on the end? Lotion. And the white bottle is discontinued. She used it for years. And now that just got me thinking. It is lotion. Dang. You know, they say mama's always right. You know.
Well, let me ask you a question. And I really want you guys to answer. And just think, because I'm talking to some fabulous black folks. What's the difference between Vaseline, lard, oil? What's the difference?
We'll wait. What's the difference between lard, Vaseline, and oil? What's the difference? I would say you can eat the lard. You can cook with it. So that's my answer. And then could you answer the question, are face wash and shampoos the equivalent? Okay.
Oh, boy.
So Fall Q said the way they are processed. Okay, that's interesting. I could also say molecular weight. Okay, I dropped molecular weight and one you could eat. Molecular weight.
So to V2B, what, 2010 or something?
Mm-hmm.
She or he is starting to get it. And that's why she asked that question, because her ass know, or his ass know, his ass be going to buy two different aisles to go buy the same damn thing. That's a very good question. Now you
Oh, wait,
answered.
let me put it up. Let me put it back up there. Where'd it go? Y'all typing too fast. Wait a minute. Oh, here you go. Here you go. I got you, VB. What's up, V2B? She said so. Are face wash and shampoos the equivalent?
They are the same.
Yeah.
Yeah. Face wash is going to be what? They're just going to go and put a milder version of some goddamn soap.
Oh, yeah. Their sulfates are going to be.
Because at the end of the day, the industry, right? The industry is committed to getting in your pocket. So you must have a shampoo, a laundry detergent, a dishwash detergent, a face wash.
Theo bugging tonight. Theo is off. Let me get Theo.
You understand? You guys, and wait a minute. And what did your grandma do? Your grandma washed y'all asses with all that shit.
Drop the bomb. Here you go for that statement right there. And for you, Theo, here we go. You know what I noticed too? And I have to say this to my customers, and I know they won't mind me saying it. What's up, Selena? I see you in the chat. I tell them all the time, stop throwing out the stuff that your grandmother, don't get in these suburbs and forget where you was brought up at, okay? You guys are answering this. You're getting it. You're getting it. You're getting it. Okay. It's just marketing. Theo is in the chat. He's beating us to our responses, and he's telling you guys.
Son.
Oh yeah, you still got stripes on you, but oh well. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So let's wrap this up. One last one. This one here is something that we were invited to via Mr. Kefele. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, here it is. No, that ain't it. Here it is. Here it is right here. Okay. So we took you guys through. Now, we want you guys as consumers to know that there is a big push right now. You can go on YouTube. You can go on Instagram. As a matter of fact, you can go on all the social media platforms. And what you are going to see are the natural hair your texture experts is what they are calling themselves. Okay. And so this is their push to move the needle on the education for people who work with textured hair.
Yes.
And this one is called the Texture Experts. And Cheryl and I, we participated in one of their they had a Zoom. It was a Zoom meeting, and they gave everybody 1 minute, and then your time cut off.
It was nice.
And you just raised your hand, and you have 1 minute. And so they are in New York, but they're inviting people from all over the world. It's a small nominal fee to become a member, but what they want, number one, they are looking for, educators and people to join the collective. And what they want is for the texture experts. Now they want braiders, locticians, all natural people who work with natural hair to have a license. They are starting to, I think the floodgates of pseudo-intellectualism or intellectualists is flooding that industry with, I think it might be, they're saying it, that it's a little bit out of control. It's too many different narratives about what to do, what not to do. And they are in New York, and New York is a good place if you want to make something happen, because most states will follow other states. Now, I just want to say this, that in Ohio, I did that. I see, when I said that we needed to make sure they had education, everybody was getting mad at Ladosha. And I said, I don't care what nobody say. If you are going to work with hair, you're going to have some education. Now, I couldn't fight for the license, but I did as best I could to say that these people have to be educated. I don't care if y'all say give them 5 hours. Whatever y'all gonna give them, make them have it. Now, I couldn't say who could teach it, who could do whatever, but in the state of Ohio, you've got to have some education before you get a permit. So it's not a license, but you have to have what they call a boutique license. And though it is not a broad sweep, it is one step for mankind. So they're kind of tardy for the party, but I'm glad they got here nonetheless. So,
Yes.
what do you guys say in the chat about licensure for these natural hair stylists? Now it's about to get thick, Cheryl. As we wait for some responses. Now, don't be afraid. Come on, don't be shy now. What do you guys think about texture experts now having to have a license? They are saying these people need to have a license. What do you think? Okay. So she says she's glad they are trying to take a step forward. Now, you can follow them over on Instagram. They have a lot of heavy hitters. They do have the support of cosmetologists, though I still think it's a cosmetology license, but ain't nobody ever asked me. But anywho, I'm going to support them. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
It's still a cosmetology license. They can call it whatever they want to. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I used to get angry and all uptight. You can say what you want to, just spell my name right. Texture, hair, cosmetology license, texture license, I don't care. Nah, it made me no difference. Get that education. So Lawana says yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. We got some yeses in here. Instagram, what ye say, LinkedIn. That's the channel, that's the
The shishi fufu.
for all the professionals. So let's see what you guys have to say about this topic, or this suggestion rather. And so Cheryl, what's your take on it as we wrap this up? 7:22, we're doing good. We're going to go ahead and get ready to close this out. What is your position on natural hairstylists now? They're saying, you know what, it is time for us to kind of sort through. They're going to sift, and they're looking for people who have who has a little bit more experience in working with this texture. Maybe you have some type of a curriculum that you wrote, but you have to go over to their website and find out more of what they are looking for. But it was a phenomenal experience. Okay. That's all I gotta say on that. So go to the source to get the answer. But Cheryl, what ye say about them getting saying let's get this license for our group of professionals?
Oh, I knew they were going there. I think I said it maybe 10, 15, 20 years ago. I knew that they would come around. They are back to where they started. Natural hair, braiding, locticians, curl specialists, afro cutters, pressing curls, silk out. All that shit started in the salon. And if we would have just been able to not be so antithetical to the process of education in the ranks of cosmetology, which I understand that it had its challenges. I get it. But to throw away 130 years of history, beauty history, where you're millionaires, your multi-billion-dollar industry relationships, the wealth and inheritance and legacy that you already had. That was a mountain that they did not need to climb. I'm glad they're on board now. And Afro Hair Science lives. Why, of course, once again. And they have a different, obvious agenda. But the point is, as part of the Pearl, we're all in it together. And I'm glad to see them back into the process. Hope they create lots of businesses and the things that they want to do. And
Yeah, they definitely want to see some standard procedures, some standard languages. So they are looking, if you are into natural hair, this is your passion, and you know you're not into the world of cosmetology, and you think there's something different. Well, guess what? There's a hub. There's a whole community, but they have raised the bar, and it's the texture experts. We don't represent them, but we do support them. So we are not members of the organization, but we were invited by Mr. Kafele, the king of lock.
The king.
And so, yeah, so he got us into that circle, and it was an honor to be there. And it's a tightly oiled machine, so you ain't gonna go in there busting up the chivalry, okay? So don't think you're gonna go over there. No, they got it together over there. Don't be trying to go over there with y'all little stuff now. They ain't got time for that. These people are very serious. And then just one quick little thing. The difference between the texture experts and Afro Hair Science. I know they're going to come up and say, well, what you and Cheryl doing that's different from what they are doing. So what is our goal with House Bill 414 here in the state of Ohio? And that one is going to be our texture hair science bill. So what's the difference as we close it out?
Well, I think we can answer that question. And let me just say this. The Honorable former Senator Shirley Smith and Ladosha Wright brought me in to it, and this is really Ladosha's brainchild. And it's not just about what is being taught. We just don't want to throw Black people or textured hair into the fold and just, and teach physical, technical style techniques. That is not what we're interested in. We are interested in moving the needle and bringing the Afro Hair Science into the greater, to sit right next to Milady, to sit right next to as a strategy and as a wonderful, full, comprehensive, from chemistry to anatomy and to the whole gamut. So textured hair, Black folks' hair, people of color's hair, biracial textures, regardless of what country you're in, Europe, if you're in Asia, you're in Africa, you're in Latin America, North America. The key here is for the world to respect on the scientific level the hair that is grows out of the heads of Afro descending people. And how it is scientifically. We want to also bring forth the teachings of our Imhotep version in the beauty world, Dr. Willie Morrow, to bring those sciences and books he's written since 1962 that remains to be true, and they were backed by the Pentagon and the U.S. military as those things that are that have creed, have a pedigree, have a legacy, have been proven, and to bring all that those documents and research papers and scientific study, all those books that he authored, to put that and to make that as the basis of our learning experience as we get introduced to Afro or textured Afro hair science. And I think that was the goal of Ladosha in the first place, that we need our own book.
And that Milady's needs a companion book.
Yes.
The goal is not to replace Milady's. Milady's, they do have a book, a compilation, if you will, of contributors on textured hair. They also have your cosmetology book. They also have an international book on textured hair that's authored. I think Sandra Gittins. Go look her up, guys. Sandra Gittins, Gittins. Miss Sandra Gittin, she's out of the islands. And so Milady's reached out to her to help put something together for the international textures type thing there. So go check her out. And I will drop that in the chat. Sandra Gittins, Gittens. So she put that together. So, and those, like Cheryl said, is more on the manipulation of the fiber and things of that nature.
Oriented, yeah.
Yeah, so we're going into the actual science because there are things that students want to know. Like when you say the follicle determines the shape and of the type of hair, well, why does Afro hair do something different than straight hair? People want to know the science behind that. Why does it tango? Like we know how to color. We get that. We understand levels, but there are things about Afro hair that we just want to know why.
Yeah. Absolutely.
If they teach us hair coloring, and we know that sometimes on certain, Afro textures of hair, the color will do something. It'll move a little bit faster, a little bit slower. We just want to know a little bit more why those types of things takes place. And the list goes on and on and on. That science partnered with what Ladies is teaching will help us be better technicians to answer questions and solve problems behind the chair, which gives us an added value as a professional. So the texture experts could definitely go for some of this, and all of the disciplines in barbering, natural hairstyling, you name it, hairstyling, cosmetology. The science can only help us be better. Okay. We did a good job. So March brings on a new a new theme. So every month we have a theme. So this month is coming up in March. The theme is going to be the scalp. So what has the natural hair movement taught us about the scalp? So we see y'all in the chat saying you learned so much or just a little, maybe a little from YouTube and all the other platforms about your hair. Well, what have they taught you about the scalp? We're going to start off with analyzing it, how to clean it, how to oil it. Should you be pulling on it? And then, of course, hair loss. So what has the natural hair movement taught us about these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 topics when it comes to the scalp? We're anxious to hear what have you learned from the natural hair movement about your scalp. All right. How does that sound, Cheryl? And then we're going to be back.
And we're going to bring a little, cosmetology in there and see what we could learn from both disciplines.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds fair to me.
Okay. They can attend barber school if they don't want to go to cosmetology school. Yes, they can most certainly do that. Yes. Yes. You don't have to do the whole thing there. That's a good option. All right. Don't forget, Real Roots is in the chat. Check her out every Sunday at 8:00 p.m. That's EST. All right. And go check her out. It's a wonderful, I do watch them post the live. She leaves them up. So if you can't be on there at 8:00, you can watch it like a TV show. That's what I do. Okay. And she has some dope people on there. I like the way she's just kind of real sitting over in the corner. She got little people popping up. So yeah, go ahead on and check her out. She's really good. We appreciate you so much, Yate. And then Sandra says, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button on your way out, or if you're watching it post the live. Yes, and she's here on YouTube. And she's on Instagram, okay? She is on YouTube and Instagram and Facebook, okay? So wherever you're at, go check her out. All right, Cheryl, I think we have done a good job. And we thank you all again. And again, let me just thank her again. Vivian Carter Kane, thank you for correcting me. If y'all see me doing something, don't have us up here looking like no damn fools, okay? Just check us. We ain't gonna get upset. I mean, we don't know. We just know. We know 99.9. No, I'm just kidding. No, don't be afraid to check us, y'all. Sometimes, hey, we just wrong. Ain't no other way to say it, okay? All right. You know what we say we're signing out, right, Cheryl?
We say Theo,
you're gonna sit in the corner the next time. He said we're going on tour, okay? That's what he said. We're going on tour. All right, you know what we said we're signing out, right? A whole lot of peace, a whole lot of love, and a whole lot of hair. But check it out. If you ain't got none, don't want none, can't stand the hell, you plan on cutting it off, you got a little bald patches, we're gonna get some bald-headed people up here next month. Y'all know that, right? In the month of March, we are gonna bring on some bald-headed women so y'all can hear from the source, okay? Why? Because bald heads are beautiful too, and so are you. All right, guys, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful night. That's it, right, Cheryl?
That's it.
That's it. Cheryl, you ready for the chit chat tonight?
I'm ready.
Bam, bam. He or she said, cancel this damn show. They hate it. What? Hold on. Wait a minute.
Make black hair great again.
Hold on. Wait a minute. Now,
We're coming. Get our check.
Cheryl Morrow, the one, the only, the hair oracle.
It was Red Dot, and then we also had a cosmetology school instructor in the chat, Miss Denise West, Michelle Allen, Miss Foster. Dang, I missed her. Hey! It's always nice to see Miss Foster in the chat. Michelle Allen, you know how much we love you too.
What? About a whole lot of peace. Cheryl, you order that in a bag of chips.